161 Grand Street, Tykesville, female in her 80s, unknown type problem. 2233.
Start the regular season by selecting your season goal. So take control.
Station 80, 161 Grand Street, Tykesville. Female in her 80s, unknown type problem. Last stage for turnover, 2235. 20. Copy. Charlotte County, Medic 4356. 4356, guys. What is this like? Actually, you're 2236. 161 Grand Street, Tykesville. Caller stating neighbor, female in her 80s, walked inside of the house screaming for help. Unknown what's going on with her. Maintenance isn't around with the key. We also have to be notified. There's a problem. Copy, I acknowledge that, thank you. I have one acknowledgement. No. There's County 828. Go ahead, Jefferson. 828, you're in turnover time. Deal partner. I haven't heard anyone. I actually see break there for the medic 4356. Copy, right. Easy. What up, DG? You okay now? Hey guys, how's it going? All good. We're rolling right along. What do you got? Okay, you guys are going to be Real old wizard. Why is he ready to sell? His junk is now piling up in his house that
I'm gonna do a quick edit on this to that video.
You're the one that called.
Opening week in the NFL is an exciting time for everybody, including these two teams here today. It's the Steelers going up against the Browns. With that, let's call in our commentators. Brandon Guyton, Express Davis Sports.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Punxsutawney Stadium in the city aptly named after its founder, Moses Earl.
Jeffrey, how much your Tracy?
I didn't think so. I learned how to do stuff before there was an E, okay? So now if you take a look over here, okay, you observe this structure. Now what did you make this for? This was made for Stand Uniform Gardens, which is the biggest cultural institution in Texas. Mansion how it was built by Frank Cycling, who started the entire thriller.
And you think year was huge here?
Yes. And made as much
Fake to down. That was Roethlisberger. It's intercepted. Ducked out at the 10. And the return just got across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive.
Too many holdings in this book. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts.
Are they not grizzled tomorrow? That's because every bone in my team.
First down for Isaiah Crowell. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Given 4 yards there, it'll be second and 6. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Jesus.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get burned over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on the play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
From the gun on third.
Injury timeout. Jesus.
I said, well, what do you do the rest of the week? I have no idea. We'll probably have to leave it here. I said, Bob, man, I give you $200. Everything is here. And he took my money and walked out.
The 8th-year man from Tennessee. This is Britton Colquitt on the punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown.
He said, where's some trucks? Oh, yeah.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. With it is Brown. Still skills. Great return there. Bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Steelers are going on offense here, first and 10. The Steelers making their way out, and you know, Charles, if you believe in linear progression, could be a super season in Steel City. 4 years ago, they didn't make the playoffs. 3 years ago, they lost to the wild card game. 2 years ago in the division round, and last year in the AFC title game. So if form holds, could be your AFC champions in February.
Wouldn't that be some kind of progression? Is that
Someone told me that. I'm not taking credit for it.
we're going to go with it because I agree with you. This is a team that's in the playoffs last year. They went out and drafted T.J. Watt, an outside linebacker.
Second and third. See if we can do this round. We're gonna keep doing our HB draws. We're gonna do a triangle. I like running better than passing. Oof. It's like third and short. Oh, nope, first down.
They came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. Not believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Wide open.
Gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. They always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And they'll give this one dagger at the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
That's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were.
Ah, why did I spin? Oh, oof.
But at the time, second-round pick in 2013, some people probably wishing they'd taken him in the first. Now the rookie from
Touchdown. Oof. Close first and goal. Take first and goal over touchdown.
that O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing
Try this for the touchdown. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna do a draw on this one. End around, wham, trap, sweep, power outside zone, iOS, counter draw, X. God dang it.
That is not going to be any help as they dump it on the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. Well, that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Try this one.
Straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. I would think that second down is the time you go play action, throw the ball. I say
Gotta go for the field goal. Not gonna risk it.
I can't say that I was really in love with the play call there. A draw in that situation, I know it's a risk.
Ah!
If it works,
Yeah, it went in. That's all that matters.
you're bringing up a really tough fourth down situation.
So it's an old-school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But the head coach decided 3 was enough.
Successful field goal try. Here's Dawson.
That was stupid.
Good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
In some phases of life, that was known as the quick response team. Down 3, they come right back with a big return. They want to at least tie this game up.
The Browns heading out on offense, Charles, and with so many facts we can hit on, but unfortunately not many good. 9 consecutive losing seasons, 4-28 the last 2 years. 26 starting quarterbacks since coming back in '99. Only one of 2 non-expansion teams to never appear in a Super Bowl. You get the point. So give me some optimism.
Well, they're hoping it'll just be one starting quarterback in 2017, someone who will solidify that position for the team. And then think about what they did in the draft. 3 first-round picks, including Myles Garrett, the number
Come on, sack the quarterback. Or that way.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have gone
Comfy Jr.
either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Brendan Colquitt now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
Okay, I'm ready to kick it.
Gets this one away. Avoids another boomer. This one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
I don't even know my channel looks like mobile. So we go down there. Oh, that looks nice. What the hell are you wagging your tail for? Oh, you're scratching. Thought he's wagging his tail there for a minute. Third and 1, I think. Third and 2. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna do some passing this round. Because they'll kind of catch on to the... Let's try the IRS. See where we have an opening at. Touchdown. Combine them.
That's a true welcome to the NFL moment, isn't it? The one that you actually like. A lot of times it's that big hit from a linebacker that says, all right, Rook, here you are. But when you're able to put it in the end zone and feel that sense of accomplishment, that usually fuels you towards doing it many more times in your career.
And his kick is good. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown.
Commander's eyes only. I'm naturally curious. How does person got fled? Hey. Oh, come on, it's me.
Boswell on now to kick this one away.
Go ahead, 10-3.
It's Duke Johnson here on the return. Nice little juke.
You're available 22 and
He
55.
gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Play that one up.
They begin with a run by Brown. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here on these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns with a football to begin.
2nd and 14.
Again, it's Brown. A big hit. Knocked down sideways right at the 20. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Third and long, it's Kessler.
This defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there for us in the completion.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Got it, but I got a ton of people on me.
21 yards, well done on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Let's get triangle.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away from halftime yet.
We're breaking tackles.
We could be seeing something really special here.
We'll see how much they give him the ball here. They'll go again with Bell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Not good for 19 and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him, they blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit, thanking him for that much space to run down.
That's more like shouting them out.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, he gets it a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision, straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think it helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here's Bell. And he'll be taken down here about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. It's another one that keeps them moving forward.
Approved an extension for some homeowners to do sewer work. Details ahead. And now state police intended on their drivers in our area to be safe on the road.
And he's going to find his way forward here for Rogers. Give him 6 on the play, and that's going to lead to a third down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime they hand the ball to him.
Clinic in suburban Georgetown this afternoon. The raid took place at SKS Associates Incorporated on the 2000 block of Bedford Street. Special agents from the DEA, IRS, FBI, and Public Human Services were
Touchdown.
carried out dozens of boxes of
Great effort there. Making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut.
See if my mom downloaded, logged into her Fitbit today yet or not.
Third down, down on the goal line. Something you normally like to see, Charles.
Oftentimes people prepare for a pass in this situation, so the draw is a good call. It's better when you usually have a lead blocker. If you don't have a fullback, you use your H-back to pull in front. Sometimes you pull a guard to get out in front. Maybe it's your tight end, but they find a way to create a little bit of extra space. A bit of a surprise down near the goal line, but it was effective in this situation.
and Chantal Dubai made their first court appearance. Testimony was heard from 4 people, including
Still saying she's unranked.
testified that during interviews
Extra point now by
and
Boswell.
Bailey told them the plan to tie up and beat Anderson to scare him. They also testified that the defendants told them there
Delay game.
Anderson was that he turned into for burglary and that he disrespected Bailey by having a
Going to set
romantic
him back
relationship
5
with
yards.
Dubai.
Boswell for the extra
Brookfield
point.
County Coroner Mike Morris testified Anderson died from
Perfect.
chest back and
He's
skull.
got it, and it's
Extended
17-0.
body confirmed to hide Anderson's identity. Meanwhile, Alston is being held at the Brookfield County Jail tonight for
Six
$50,000 bail.
plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown.
Well, we've been going against the
I'm gonna pause real fast.
Yeah, much anticipated, and finally, as we head into the day tomorrow, we're going to have this happening here right now. Not too bad out there. It wasn't great for our Bedford weather. Even the wind is light, but as we head into tomorrow, highs will be topping off into the lower 60s, although we do have some rain to contend with. Taking a look at $6 right now, the rain mainly through the northern tier and also the part of the eastern Alleghenies, but part of Bedford, Somerset, and also southern tiers of Cambria County is dry, and a little heavier showers right now through parts of Elk and Clearfield County. And as we have been over the past several days, it's mainly through this middle strip right here. Everyone through the southwestern portion of the state, they're not dealing with any rain, but that's going to be the case for the next several hours as this stream of moisture continues in, but more is behind it. And that's going to come in for the start of your Thursday. Well, you know, when it wraps up, and when the sunshine will come back, you can just
Johnstown City Council met for more than 3.5 hours.
Hey, folks, I am back.
Extension for some homeowners and decided to ask the Department of Environmental Protection for a 3-year extension on all sewer work. Dylan Richards was advocating tonight.
consultation or gets the information or 3.5 hours of listening to questions. Councilman Jack Williams. Council workshop.
Yeah, the one's available.
Discuss things that are going on at council. Ask if you can bring us concerns up there instead of during the meeting. It might save time at the actual meeting. And they refuse to go to a number of those workshops, but I noticed it be a technicality.
That's 15, one available, 2304.
Those meetings are organized, the functions are organized, and what they are called. Council also appropriately met the new director of the Department of Community and Economic Development, as well as police officers.
Also tonight, the mayor addressed the state of the city in front of members of the community and city council. Overall, the city's happy with the city
And that'll carry over
2017
the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The mayor is most proud of
Kitty
what
Britt
the city
trots back out there as he gets set to go again on offense.
city's
Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter. They're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that the defense doing a good job. There's two sides to the ball.
I'm going to agree, so you have to give them credit, and that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of the top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. It can change formations, it change the way it lines up, put it in motion, anything possible to shake things up.
Greater impact comes here on this drive. Just what you want on a first down run. Ball 8 yards. It's 2nd and 2. Career highs in receptions, carries, and total yards last year for Crowell. His total yardage was 952. That was the highest by Cleveland Brown running back since 2010.
And that sounds impressive, but I think there's much more
I'm
out
gonna
there.
change, speaking of that.
Even with people not from behind, they'll get more carries, more touches, and it's
building. There are also improvements coming in the city's fire and police departments, including new equipment and improved staffing. Cleanup efforts continue after Martin's Garden Center in Huntington County caught fire last night. Two buildings were engulfed in flames. The storage fell on the space and the storage area. Fortunately, no one was injured.
Must have been a second guy.
A lot of family, friends, and volunteers gathered at the business today to help clean up the debris. Owners hope the business will be partially open by Saturday. The fire marshal is still investigating the cause. Former Bedford County District Attorney Bill Higgins will be in court May 30th. According to court documents, it's for preliminary arraignment. It's scheduled for 1:30 in Bedford County. Higgins was charged last week with 31 charges for misconduct in office following a multi-year investigation by state police. Attorney General Josh Shapiro said that Higgins was using his power as district attorney for sexual favors. Although Higgins resigned after being charged, his attorney says he maintains his innocence. Stony Creek Township Commissioners are addressing concerns about the possibility of township students moving from the Greater Johnstown School District to the Richland School District. President Commissioner Donald Hennig says some residents asked him about the possibility of moving students. Hennig says during last night's meeting, board members were in the gathering information stage. He says some residents thought if the change was made, they'd see lower taxes, an increase in property values, and possibly a better education. We talked with Richland School District today to ask if the district could take on more students.
You just can't go and say that we're going to join in on this. And I think they understand that because they don't know what our community is. And we would like to serve a township house. And we don't think they count the tourism.
There we go. A little bit of a tweak.
No, not at all. I understand why they're a little lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
We also heard from the Johnstown School District. They released a statement today saying hard last year was the first time the district slightly increased the millage rate. In fact, they're slightly lower than the Richland School District. I can appreciate their concern.
But it's all good.
Just a 2-yard pickup, and that's going to necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
There and has our story.
And they say on average, one person dies from distracted driving every day. The majority of them are between the ages of 16 and 24. They want student drivers to know they
Here's
are
Burton
not
Colquitt
indestructible.
now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far.
With because I would have ran it.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. There again is the running back as he trots out of the field. He's well on his way to a 100-yard game. It's already more than half early in the second quarter.
Let's see, what can we do here? Yes. Got tackled roughly like 30. Man, just cracked my last name.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Sheriff's Back 4356. Go ahead, 4356. Station on board, we're transporting her away. Actually, you're transporting 2311.
Yeah, they can travel around. He says he wishes everyone could get a chance to see the animals out in the wild.
So that'll back him up.
A community resource fair will be held at Greater Johnstown High School tomorrow night. It's meant to give people a place to get assistance related to employment.
That should be S. Upwards.
There will be more than 70 resource providers. The event is free. Again, it will be held at Greater Johnstown High School from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Still ahead, Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg made a tough run into another round of
The offense on third down tonight, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Ball in a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football. They just swore and stopped them for almost no gain.
On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. This is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The second quarter score from Cincinnati. As the Ravens have moved out to an early advantage. Joe Flacco, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. And we shift our focus to Isaiah Crowell. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for it as we sit in the second quarter. First down carry now for Crowell. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and out by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great game. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and now it's second down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It's wide open right there. You got to be able to get it to him.
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a good miss. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10.
So when this happens, I thought my world was over.
Play fake to Crowell, now Kessler. Unable to connect on the long pass. It falls down incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Second day of hearings and big question from Tucker. Mark Zuckerberg answered the lawmakers on issues ranging from user privacy
guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now. They made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well.
Senior Russian lawmaker has
Taking it at the 22.
states that Russia will
And a little spin cycle. Run to run now.
reaction after last week's
So dangerous with a football in his hands. Called out a return on 38. This offense, they have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Reminded that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. A.J. Peterson has first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers. Traveling to Denver.
Nice AFC West matchup. I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yardage? Big time play by the defense. It does happen occasionally, even against the best running backs who are having big days.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Passing out after a long day in court, spokesman for Cosby says the committee will be found not guilty based on the facts of the case. Cosby's charged with drugging and assaulting Andrew Constant at his home in 2004. He says it was consensual.
And finally, the warm-up begins to be in the mid-60s for tomorrow. We do have some rain on the way, though. I'll type it all out for you when we have enough spring.
The play clock's running down. They'll set him back 5.
Built in 1979, these stylish empty nesters include newly detached kids up to college. Perfect for the right agent, right listing, like this cozy beach house with warmer tropical climates. We recommend what's right for you. That's the side of a RE/MAX agent.
Cancer can run, but it can't hide. From the radiation oncologists at UPMC Human Cancer Center. From pioneering the use of PET-CT in cancer treatment planning to being among the first to use the most powerful imaging technology, our experts are tracking down cancer and
They'll need to get
attacking
the
it
play
like
off
never
quickly.
before. That's what it means to be unstoppable.
At Ethan Park, we like to make smiles. Here's the after the game Super Burger smile.
That'll be accepted, of course, so that moves him back 5.
And the Go Bananas perspective smile. And now, here's something else that'll make you smile. For a limited time, enjoy our original...
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. This is Bell. Oh, now he bowls him over. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing more yardage to try to pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put a by the eight ball.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down the long way. The lead now increases to 20-0. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense, and over the post.
Take a look for our Bedford weather. I 41 degrees out there. It will only be in the upper 30s, low 40s through the overnight, so much warmer than where we have been the past several days. We do have a speed rain show across the region right now. That will continue into the early afternoon hours for Thursday, but warming up. Really, it's going to feel like summer for the next several days. Beautiful weekend ahead of us, and then some rain arrives, and also some cooler conditions after and it is very much anticipated and welcome. As we head into Friday, this looks like the best day. We're going to have plenty of sunshine throughout the afternoon hours. Highs into the mid-70s, even low 80s with eastern Alleghenies, and then heading into Saturday, that's when the cloud coverage increases. We will see some rain for the day on Sunday. Almanac for this time of the year, typically we're in the mid-50s, so still below average for today. We will find well above that number over the next several days, but not quite record-breaking 87 degrees. So that be 19, 30, 39 to stay calm. Now it's going to 43 for night 10. Intercept forecast. Low 70s for Friday and Saturday, then rain around south continue into Sunday, and cooler conditions return next week.
He just gave us an answer at that time.
2018 Chevy Malibu MSRP $26,185. Buy now for $20,698. Own it for only $209 per month.
The Browns on third down.
Still got roughly like a half an hour left. I'm gonna.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39! Here's Kessler to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Bud Dupree in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there, 17 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The second quarter score from Cincinnati. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Joe Flacco with 1 touchdown pass thus far. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. Oh, eluding the tackle. Room to run inside the 40. And now running right through it. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Still first down.
So now 1st and 15. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Bell. And some room to roam now. Now a first down and then some. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
That's a big league run. Takes him down inside the 5-yard line, and momentum definitely on the side of the guys on offense. And if you're an offensive lineman, you love to run the football, especially out in the field where there's some space. But I will let you in on a little bit of a secret. Those guys like it in tight, too, because they get matched up and they get to show just how stout they are in a tough situation. They're recommending they run it again.
2 minutes to go here in the first half. More from Cleveland after this.
Check down, 81, 81.
A reminder coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. Now Bell, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Here's Bell. Oh, pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. So on 3rd down, they dialed up the draw play. It worked, got him in the end zone.
As one of our colleagues likes to say, calling the draw, everyone wants to yell all the time when the draw doesn't work, like what kind of play call was that? But it takes a little bit of fortitude to do that, and because you may catch them with the element of surprise and hit it, and in this case, they hit it for pay dirt.
Delay of game, offense.
So that one will be accepted. Extra point now by Boswell. And that stretches the lead to 27. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with a Le'Veon Bell touchdown run. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Green 39.
Kessler now on first down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second and 10 now. Kessler once more. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Browns on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Here's a give to Crowell. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
One of the things I love about this game is there's a match of wits throughout the game. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to catch someone off guard? I feel like the offense thought they might catch the defense off balance with that play call, but unfortunately, that didn't work for them.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. With it is Brown. There'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Delayed game offense.
Not enough sense of urgency there. Play clock hits 0, 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, I like your point there. Not enough sense of urgency. People walking up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to get up there and get set and be ready to go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Browns don't have much to hang their hat on after the first half. The Steelers have done a good job taking control of this game, and the scoreboard shows as much. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Now 1st and 10, Connor's got a running lane here, and he'll run it in from 24 yards out. As they go out in front, 10-0. Steelers with it now early in the second. Connor's going to take it up the middle, and this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. Browns now on 3rd and 8. Dupree's able to zero in on the QB here. This one ends up as a loss of 6. Now to late in the first half. Bell's got it on the run, and this run goes for a touchdown. The Steelers go up by 27.
Okay, Larry, a fairly one-sided first half as we get set to go in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Let's go! Green, 39!
Second half begins with a run by Crowell. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Browns on 3rd down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A fake to Crowell. Now it's Kessler. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
They make so many catches that are so tough, so acrobatic, so difficult, that often surprises me when they actually turn the ball over. You know, when the ball actually comes free. It's amazing sometimes because of what we see them do on so many different plays.
Had the catch, but couldn't control it on the contact. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Now Bell. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They run a draw here on 2nd down. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
On 3rd down, that's Connor, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. They had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. Play clock winding down. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it now because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights through and now a crease. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stiff-armed him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 more there and another first down. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that. But I think that they were right about this one.
Again, it's Connor. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Connor. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Roethlisberger going to hand the bell. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
A scoring update from the southern edge of Ohio down in Cincinnati. And it's the Ravens that have moved out in front. Joe Flacco, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Counter. It's Crowell. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. Second down, and the offense needing 5 yards. They'll run it again with Crowell. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Browns on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Kessler. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. Getting set to go again, Ben Roethlisberger heading back out there. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. Only people upset, the fantasy guys that may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with the recipe of the ground game. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, it's Bell. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
And with that carry, he has done it. He breaks the single-game rushing record.
How about doing it in the spotlight of our game? How wonderful is that to see all those yards accumulated, culminating in a brand new NFL record?
Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
All right, here we go.
On the run, it's Crowell. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It appears he'll be a few inches short, so 9 yards on the gain officially, and it'll be 3rd down.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, an almost unimaginable 0 for 10 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Crowell. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
They'll run with Crowell, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Joe Flacco closing in on a 300-yard afternoon, and he has a touchdown pass as well. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Pittsburgh, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis.
I go out for my squad and I put that on. Squad? All I got is my word and my word is my bond. Squad? Yeah, they gon' look at you different when you moving forward. But
you have an injury from the last game. See how long they will be out.
I go extra high for my got my mama and my kitties too, they growing